Miami police are investigating an incident involving boxer Floyd Mayweather.
In a dazzling twist that has rocked the cultural and financial landscape, a never-before-seen expose unleashes the shattering secrets hidden deep within Floyd Mayweather's world. This electrifying revelation, captured in encrypted data stolen from his very own phone, unravels over 1,700 seconds of shocking voice memos, coded messages, and secret images that redefine our perception of a living icon. As whispers of clandestine gatherings and covert collaborations with industry titans surface, the boundaries between celebrity allure and harsh reality blur in the most astonishing manner, leaving the world craving further truth, mystery, and awe-inspiring spectacle. Prepare for an unforgettable journey. From the moment the encrypted files were first uncovered, whispers began to ripple through corridors of media and social platforms alike, heralding the arrival of revelations that no one could have anticipated. The meticulously hidden data paints a vivid picture of a man whose public image, carefully chiseled over years through triumphant boxing bouts and larger-than-life persona, belies an inner world fraught with contradictions and personal torment. In private voice memos recorded in fleeting moments of vulnerability, Floyd Mayweather reveals layers of his personality that extend far beyond the glitz of his ring success and the blinding sheen of his public accolades. These recordings, some spontaneous confessions made in the quiet hours before dawn, evoke an image of a man wrestling with the burden of unimaginable expectations while simultaneously navigating an intricate labyrinth of clandestine alliances and secret business ventures. The revelations delve deep into the shadowy corners of an exclusive lifestyle that few have ever glimpsed.
Dwayne Wade training his son, you don't see Dwayne Wade playing against just anybody. He's not doing it. You haven't earned that privilege. It's a privilege to be in the company of greatness, in their venue, in their habitat, in their specialized, home, per se. Floyd Money Mayweather should not be letting just anybody in the ring with him. That's my...
Among the most arresting discoveries are the so-called freak-off gatherings, secretive soirees that brought together an elite coterie of celebrities, business magnates, and industry insiders away from the glaring eye of public scrutiny. These gatherings, described in vivid detail through a series of coded messages and personal reflections, were more than mere social events. They were carefully orchestrated meetings where influential figures discussed multi-million-dollar deals, innovative entertainment strategies, and cutting-edge financial maneuvers. In these private conclaves, the lines between friendship and professional collaboration blurred, as each participant sought to cement their place within a network that thrived on trust, discretion, and the allure of sharing life's most guarded secrets. The clandestine meetings form one of the central threads in this unfolding drama, revealing that the world behind the public persona was one built on a foundation of both ambition and fragile human need. As investigators pieced together the digital breadcrumbs, another narrative began to emerge, one of an intricate collaboration with music mogul Diddy. The decrypted communications between Mayweather and the influential artist hint at a series of high-stakes ventures that transcended the traditional boundaries of their respective industries. Within these exchanges, there is evidence of planning for cross-industry projects that promise to revolutionize the entertainment landscape by merging creative expression with innovative financial models. Rather than simply living the life of a boxer or a celebrity, Mayweather appears to have envisioned himself as the architect of a new kind of empire, one that would meld the worlds of sports, music, and...
Got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. John Gotti III, I don't know anything about him. I'm not trying to disrespect him. And yes, I'm being smart. I'm not trying to disrespect the grandson of a mobster. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this.
I finance in previously unimagined ways. In these rare, unguarded moments, Floyd's own voice resonates with a mix of fervor and introspection as he discusses the thrill of these pioneering collaborations, even as the inherent risks and potential pitfalls lurk ominously in the background. In one particularly poignant audio clip that has since captivated audiences worldwide, Mayweather is heard confessing, "I chased the dream believing it would make me invincible, but now I see it was a mirage. Such words, laden with both regret and the raw pain of self-realization, offer an unprecedented window into the internal battle waged by a man who was once seen as unbeatable. This personal lament, echoing through the encrypted data, provides a stark contrast to the triumphant narratives that have long dominated headlines. About his career, it is as if the revelations, hidden for so long behind layers of carefully constructed public imagery, now serve as a mirror reflecting both the allure and the profound isolation of a life lived in the spotlight. His voice, tinged with remorse, and the weight of years spent in the relentless pursuit of success, invites us to re-examine the cost of fame and the personal sacrifices that are often concealed behind dazzling displays of wealth and power. Amid the swirling clouds of secret meetings and guarded partnerships lies another equally compelling narrative, the myth of the real estate mogul. For years, Mayweather had maintained an image of vast property ownership, boasting claims of owning 62 buildings worth an estimated $400 million. However, the decrypted files and subsequent investigative reports paint a drastically different
It's like now it's like so much of people be so like good at that, like they like match him up with him. Like that's it. Like that. I don't think that's people was doing that like at the time, but they wasn't just jumping weight class to weight class. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pacquiao did it when he was like it was time that he built himself up to. You feel me? It wasn't just like, you know. Now it's just like whoever great, just make them fight each other. Like, you know, whoever look great type shit. But you know.
Is that where we stand right now with Canelo Crawford? Yeah. Is that where we stand with Canelo Crawford? Because we're saying just because both are great, everybody wants to face each other. So is that
picture, evidence, suggests that these claims were at best exaggerations. At worst, they were strategic misrepresentations designed to cultivate an image of invulnerability and immense prosperity. Rather than holding substantial equity in lucrative properties, it appears that Mayweather's role was more akin to that of a charismatic promoter. A man whose allure and bravado paved the way for partnerships that, upon closer inspection, revealed a much more modest reality. This dichotomy between the public myth and the hidden truth raises fundamental questions about the nature of celebrity branding in an era where image often holds more sway than substance. The revelation leaves viewers pondering the extent to which personal narratives in the world of entertainment are constructed and curated for maximum impact. Adding another electrifying layer to this sprawling saga is the recent footage capturing a moment of profound vulnerability, a clip showing Floyd Mayweather collapsing in court. This video, which has since gone viral, is imbued with dramatic tension and symbolic significance. The imagery of a once unbreakable champion succumbing to the weight of his circumstances in a solemn courtroom setting is a jarring reminder that behind every public persona, there exists a realm of personal fragility. The footage, though brief, has become emblematic of the unfolding downfall, a visual representation of the human cost of maintaining a carefully manicured facade under ceaseless pressure. Observers have noted that the expression on his face, caught in the midst of physical and emotional strain, speaks volumes about the toll that years of relentless ambition and the burden of secrets can exact upon even the most celebrated figures.
People want to that. Like he scheduled a fight when I'm fighting, and I was signed to him.
Do you think that's a relationship that y'all could like mend? Have y'all mended or?
No, I just like it's more so like I respect him. And I won't say I respect. I appreciate him. I appreciate him for what he done because he did he did help me out. He definitely helped me out, but it was more so like. He would say that he gave me like money to get my mom out the hood, but me being from the hood, 10, 15,000, that's not, after a couple months, she gonna be back in the hood and I'm gonna be back asking you for money. Nah, why would I do that? I give her a couple dollars, feel me? And I take some whatever, whenever you need.
This new development not only deepens the mystery surrounding his private life, but also adds an urgent, tangible dimension to an already complex narrative. As more pieces of the puzzle come into view, analysts and enthusiasts alike are left with a collage of impressions that challenge our conventional understanding of success and failure. In a series of intimate recordings, Mayweather's voice oscillates between the exuberance of a bygone era and the stark realism of his present struggles. His reflections are layered with the wisdom of experience, capturing both the euphoric heights of victory and the bitter lessons of defeat. In one recording that has rapidly become one of the most discussed clips from the trove, he muses about the sacrifices demanded by a life lived in constant pursuit of greatness. His words reveal the inner conflict of a man who has long been celebrated for his prowess in the ring and his larger-than-life persona, yet who now faces the vulnerability of his own mortality and the relentless march of time. The personal confessions interwoven throughout the encrypted data serve as a testament to the immense pressure that accompanies the relentless spotlight of fame. In these candid moments, Mayweather reflects on the compromises and the occasional loneliness that define a life of extraordinary public attention. Every word recorded in those secretive sessions feels weighted by the knowledge that it was meant to be shielded from public view, a diary of truths hidden beneath layers of curated success. The gravity of these recorded reflections challenges the audience to confront the reality that beyond every crafted image lies a human being, subject to the same trials, uncertainties, and
Throw you to the wayside.
Yeah, I mean, it just once you get around someone, you be looking up to these people so bad, and like once you get around, they don't be who they say they is or who they portray to be. You be like, damn, it's damn near like it's a letdown. So you be more so hurt off, So it's like I just go my own way, like I do my own thing and things like that. So that's more so that's what it was, and that's cool. It's just like you just don't vibe with like what they on, and that's I mean, I've been in a situation where though, like I was in a lose situation. Now
What
came out still on top.
with Floyd? You said what was the lose situation? What you mean?
Just a little situation that he put me in to make me lose, but he thought I was gonna lose. But
You talking about like
royalties as anyone else. The narrative ultimately forces a reevaluation of the very nature of celebrity, urging us to look beyond the veneer of wealth and victory, to find the person struggling to reconcile ambition with authenticity. Throughout this tumultuous journey, the interplay between ambition and vulnerability is a constant theme. The data suggests that the same visionary drive that propelled Mayweather to the pinnacle of success may also have sown the seeds for his gradual unraveling. In the labyrinthine web of secret deals, private gatherings, and covert business arrangements, one discerns a pattern. A man striving ceaselessly to outmaneuver fate, all the while grappling with the inevitable repercussions of a life lived at an impossibly high pace. Those encrypted messages and voice memos reveal an internal dialogue that is as much about confronting external challenges as it is about coming to terms with inner demons. The emotional cadence of these recordings, fluctuating between moments of fierce determination and quiet resignation, reflects the turbulent interplay of hope, regret, and the fierce desire to remain in control of one's destiny. Central to this narrative is the enigmatic nature of the connections forged behind closed doors. The freak-off gatherings were more than just extravagant parties. They were crucibles in which powerful alliances were forged, ideas were exchanged, and futures were decided away from the prying eyes of the public. These events, shrouded in secrecy, were the settings for conversations that blended business acumen with an appreciation for the finer things in life. In the shadows of these gatherings, candid confessions were made, dreams were set in motion, and plans were laid that would ultimately shape entire industries. While the details of these meetings remain tantalizingly vague, the very existence of such encounters is enough to ignite the imagination of anyone who has ever wondered about the true cost of success. The allure of these hidden gatherings lies in their dual nature. While they offered the promise of unparalleled opportunity and influence, they also served as a stark reminder of the isolating world that often accompanies the highest echelons of power. In a series of voice messages that have since been circulated widely, Mayweather is heard discussing the intricacies of his secret deals. In one such message delivered in a tone that is both reflective and resolute, he admits, "Every step I took was driven by a hunger to rise above the ordinary. In the heat of those moments, everything seemed possible, even if the price was more than I could bear." These words encapsulate the bittersweet reality of a life defined by ambition and sacrifice, a reality in which every success is counterbalanced by moments of woe, acute introspection, and at times deep-seated sorrow. His admissions evoke a sense of empathy among those who find themselves caught between the desire for greatness and the inevitability of human limitations. The intricate dance of secrecy and revelation takes an unexpected turn with the disclosure of details pertaining to Mayweather's financial endeavors. For years, public narratives painted him as a titan of wealth, an individual whose fortunes were as legendary as his boxing record. However, the decrypted recordings and insider reports have begun to chip away at this myth. They suggest that behind the bravado and the public displays of opulence lay a series of calculated maneuvers designed to create the illusion.
Now, here's where Mayweather get on that BS, bro. All right, here's where the shady business starts. A person directly involved in the deal with Mayweather said that Mayweather had purchased a small minority ownership interest in the portfolio with options to expand that stake over time or acquire the buildings in their entirety. It is not clear if Mayweather will exercise those options. The person asked to remain anonymous to speak about a confidential arrangement with Mayweather. So off the rip, he lied, right? He misrepresented it to come across as if he owns 62 units, is a $400 million deal. I have no partners in this, no partners. This is Mayweather money. I got no partners. This is my money. When that's not the case at all. Now they say that Mayweather have like a minority stake, a very minute minority stake. That could simply be, yo, we gave this man like 1 share for ambassadorship.
Illusion of unassailable prosperity. The meticulously crafted narrative of owning 62 buildings and controlling a multi-million-dollar portfolio now appears to be more about the art of persuasion than an accurate representation of financial reality. Far from diminishing his achievements in the ring, these revelations instead raise profound questions about the nature of wealth in a modern era where appearances can be as potent as reality. The voice recordings offer a rare glimpse into the internal debate of a man caught in the throes of balancing perception with truth, where every word uttered is both a declaration and a concession. As the public grapples with the enormity of these disclosures, a broader reflection emerges on the complex interplay between image and identity. The true revelation in this unfolding saga is not solely about financial missteps or secret meetings. It is about the human cost of striving for perfection in a world that often values spectacle over substance. The narrative challenges us to consider how much of what we see in the public arena is a meticulously crafted show, a tapestry of illusions designed to mask the imperfections that lie beneath. In the case of Floyd Mayweather, the paradox is particularly stark. Here is a man whose accomplishments in the sporting arena are undisputed, yet whose inner life remains a complex amalgamation of ambition, regret, and the relentless pursuit of an idealized version of success. This dichotomy is underscored time and again by the intimate details exposed in the decrypted files, forcing viewers to reckon with the uncomfortable truth that even the most celebrated figures are not immune to the universal struggles of identity and self-worth. Integral to this multifaceted...
Honest money maze. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
Floyd would even post and say this is for motivational purposes. Says every flexer known to mankind. But here's the thing. This is all cap. This is cap. Now, Floyd, I don't know if Floyd Mayweather is so used to deceiving and fooling niggas that he thought he could fool the actual business insiders, because a deal like this shakes up the business world. A deal like this gets talked about. People know about it beforehand. It's something that really shakes up the market. So for this to happen and for nobody...
narrative is the role of the media, whose relentless pursuit of exclusivity and sensational news has driven the rapid circulation of this confidential material. Every whispered rumor and every half-heard sentence transmitted through these encrypted channels has been magnified by a digital ecosystem eager for the next scandalous revelation. The frenetic energy that accompanied the initial leaks has only grown in intensity as more details came to light. each new piece of evidence adding another layer of complexity to an already intricate portrait. This symbiotic relationship between source and story has not only transformed public perception of Floyd Mayweather, but has also ignited a wider dialogue about the ethics of celebrity journalism in an age where every secret is just a few clicks away from global notoriety. Amid the maelstrom of media attention, the very nature of success and its inherent costs has been thrust into stark relief. The duality of Mayweather's existence, where public adoration converges with private anguish, serves as a compelling reminder that behind the triumphant facade of achievement can lie a lifetime of sacrifices and hidden burdens. In the quiet spaces between the recorded words and the carefully orchestrated public appearances, there is a story of a man who, despite all odds, strove to maintain control over his destiny. His recorded confessions, imbued with a mix of nostalgia and acceptance, reveal a persistent inner dialogue about the price of dreams and the inescapable reality of human frailty. It is a narrative that resonates not only because of the celebrity at its center, but because it speaks to a universal truth that the pursuit of greatness, while noble in its ambition, often exacts a toll that can only be measured in the quiet.
But guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me. Guess what? You can do the same. It's all about making power moves.
He would claim that he purchased 62 buildings worth $400 million. He would say the buildings is so plentiful and so many that he can't include all of them in the Instagram carousel. So, just slide to see a couple of the buildings.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
And I'm pointing like this because all of we're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on.
Moments of introspection, the cascade of revelations has, in many ways, become a cultural phenomenon of its own. Each newly decrypted file, each fragment of audio testimony, has contributed to a story that is simultaneously riveting and deeply human. The narrative weaves together threads of personal triumph and poignant sorrow, creating a tapestry that challenges simplistic interpretations of success. It urges us to look beyond the glamour and the headlines, to recognize that even those who seem to possess an almost mythical strength carry within them the weight of their own vulnerabilities. The interplay of public myth and private truth, so vividly captured in these recordings, compels us to re-examine what it truly means to lead a life in the relentless glare of fame. A life where every smile might hide a silent struggle, and every cheer might echo the sound of a heart quietly burdened by the price of ambition. In the midst of these introspective moments, the viral footage of Floyd Mayweather collapsing in court emerged as a defining symbol of the crisis at hand. The video, rapidly circulating on social media and news outlets, serves as a visceral reminder of the human limits that no amount of celebrity or wealth can overcome. Captured in a setting far removed from the adoration of a roaring stadium, this moment of physical collapse provides a stark counterpoint to the image of invincibility that had been so carefully cultivated over decades. In the raw immediacy of that scene, every viewer is confronted with the undeniable truth that even legends are mortal, and that the pressures of maintaining a larger-than-life persona can eventually erode the very foundations upon which it was built. The footage stands as both a personal...
He's in a partnership with the Black Spruce Management. They have like a live seminar launching soon. So Mayweather essentially entered into this partnership where Mayweather is an ambassador for Black Spruce Management, okay? He is an ambassador for them. He gives them promotion. He works within the company. In exchange, Mayweather probably got like a share, a very minute share that don't even really affect these people at all. Mayweather then takes that minute share, drops a 2-minute Instagram video with 10 carousel pictures announcing that he owns the $400 million property with 62 units. If you go to Mayweather real estate company website, Vada Properties, he lists a bunch of properties, right? That he claims, yo, we own these properties. This is for us. You see skyscrapers. You see a lot of properties is listed here. Mayweather is doing his thing, bro. I mean, he's damn near a billionaire in real estate, right? Business Insider investigated this too. All right, so they spoke to
reckoning for Mayweather and a cautionary tale for a culture that often mistakes illusion for reality. The impact of these revelations extends far beyond the immediate drama of courtrooms and clandestine meetings. They have ignited a broader conversation about the nature of celebrity in today's digital age, where every moment, no matter how private, can be transformed into a global spectacle. The story of Floyd Mayweather, as it unfolds through these encrypted recordings and leaked communications, reflects the paradox of modern fame, a constant juggling act between the demands of public expectation and the internal quest for authenticity. With every confession that speaks of lost opportunities, every discussion of private battles and unfulfilled dreams, the narrative becomes a mirror in which society is forced to confront its own fascination with and fear of imperfection. In the echoing silence that follows each revelation, there emerges a call for a deeper understanding of the human experience behind the veneer of celebrity. It is a call to acknowledge that beneath the surface of every dazzling achievement, there is a story of sacrifice, pain, and the relentless pursuit of something far more elusive than mere material success. The encrypted data from Mayweather's phone, in revealing these hidden facets of his life, challenges us to reconsider our perceptions of strength and vulnerability. It invites us to recognize that the struggle to achieve greatness is a journey marked by both luminous victories and shadowy defeats, a journey that, no matter how glorified, ultimately belongs to the realm of human frailty. The complexity of the narrative is heightened by the delicate balance that emerges between ambition and humility. In the recordings where
and that's what appears to happen, because they would reach out to, like the company who actually owns the building, who actually owns majority of the buildings. They reached out to them and they would drop some nuggets that just blows this Mayweather con just out there, right? It completely exposes it. For anybody with a brain, you can read this and know what's going on. Mayweather will want us to believe he's big dog who don't need partners, but read what these people said, right? So the people who own the buildings, actually, they said, Floyd Mayweather continues to be a reliable partner and a great ambassador for affordable housing. Bruh, this man is an ambassador for these folks, bruh. He took an upfront check, probably like, I don't know, like a share of the company, a very minute share to promote the company. So then the spokesman for Black Spruce Management said the real estate company, that owns everything, they says to date,
Mayweather reflects on his past decisions, there is a palpable sense of self-awareness that is both moving and instructive. He speaks candidly of the allure of a dream that promised invincibility, and yet, in its relentless pursuit, exacted a heavy toll. His words resonate as a stark reminder that the very qualities which propel one to unparalleled heights may also contribute to an equally precipitous fall. In this duality, there lies a lesson, a testament to the fact that every path to greatness is paved with moments of profound introspection and occasional regret. While the public has long admired Mayweather for his prowess and flair inside the boxing ring, revelations now compel us to peer behind the curtain and witness the more intricate, often contradictory layers of his character. It is a portrait that defies easy categorization, blending audacity with introspection, ambition with melancholy, and public adulation with private isolation. This evolving narrative speaks to a broader truth about the human condition, that even those who seem invincible are, in the end, as vulnerable as the rest of us, subject to the unpredictable tides of time and fate. In the quiet aftermath of each disclosure, there arises a collective moment of reflection, a pause to consider the true cost of a life lived at the intersection of dreams and reality. The encrypted recordings not only document a series of clandestine events and confidential communications, but also serve as an unfiltered window into the inner workings of a mind long burdened by the dual imperatives of public expectation and personal sacrifice. As Mayweather's confidential musings echo in the minds of those who listen, they challenge a narrative that is
Floyd Mayweather is panicking after getting exposed and being caught in the most ridiculous lie ever. Floyd Mayweather is about a decade late, but he decided to participate in the Bow Wow Challenge, the ultimate Bow Wow Challenge. Now, if you are uncultured and don't get that amazing pop culture reference, then I'm not going to explain it, figure it out. The biggest flexer in the culture, Floyd Mayweather, would take to Instagram to announce that he just bought multifamily units in Manhattan for $400 million, all right? He would say he got 62 properties exact, took a photo op, the multifamily units is in the back, and he would say this is money out of his own pocket, and he had no investors.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings.
Too often been defined solely by triumph. Instead, the story that emerges is one of inherent complexity, a reminder that behind every remarkable success lies a tapestry of experiences marked by both luminous victories and unspoken defeats. The unfolding saga of Floyd Mayweather is a compelling testament to the transformative power of truth in an era defined by spectacle and digital immediacy. It is a story that, in its essence, captures the intricate interplay between public persona and private reality, a dynamic force that shapes not only individual lives, but also the broader cultural landscape. As the revelations continue to pour in, they invite us to re-examine the metrics by which we measure success, urging a shift from superficial glamour to a more profound appreciation of the human spirit in its rawest form. In the wake of these dramatic disclosures, conversations have sparked across diverse communities, from ardent fans and industry insiders to casual observers drawn in by the magnetic pull of scandal. There is a growing recognition that the narrative of Mayweather's life, with all its turbulent contradictions, embodies the timeless struggle of every individual to find balance amid the dizzying highs and crushing lows. His encrypted confessions, laden with both triumph and sorrow, speak to the universal experience of chasing an elusive ideal, even when the price of that chase becomes painfully apparent. Across the sprawling timeline of his career, every recorded word and hushed conversation captured in those encrypted files stands as a testament to the complex, sometimes painful journey of reinvention in a life that has been
deceiving and fooling niggas, that he thought he could fool the actual business insiders, because a deal like this shakes up the business world. A deal like this gets talked about, people know about it beforehand. It's something that really shakes up the market. So for this to happen and for nobody to know about it was very strange. And, you know, it came across the radar of the experts, and they did their digging, and they found out that Floyd Mayweather is full of ish. Business Insider launched an investigation, and Floyd Mayweather claims that all the buildings belong to him and he don't have any partners, and he just purchased 62 rental units in Manhattan. At the end of their investigation, they would come to a conclusion that Floyd Mayweather claims do not appear to match reality. All right, they would say a month after Mayweather's announcement, none of the buildings have changed hands. So the owners of the building can be seen. Like these
mythologized as a series of unstoppable victories, these personal insights offer a rare glimpse into the moments of doubt, resilience, and ultimately, transformation. It is a journey marked by a persistent quest to reconcile the many facets of identity, a quest that resonates with anyone who has ever wrestled with the burden of expectation and the longing for authenticity. Amid the cascade of images, audio, clips, and confidential messages, the narrative of Floyd Mayweather takes on an almost cinematic quality, a sprawling epic in which every revelation, every falling whisper of regret, and every bold proclamation of ambition coalesces into a story that defies conventional boundaries. It is a narrative that traverses the spectrum of human experience, from the ecstatic heights of celebrated triumphs to the quiet depths of introspection and remorse. In this unfolding drama, even the most public moments, such as the stark, undeniable image of his collapse in the courtroom, are interwoven with personal admissions and private reflections that challenge us to rethink what it means to truly live a life of meaning. As the layers of secrecy are peeled back one by one, a striking picture emerges of a man who, despite his relentless determination to stay at the apex of his world, is invariably haunted by the costs associated with that pursuit. Every confidential exchange, every coded message discussing secret deals or private gatherings, adds to the mosaic of a life that has been as much about sacrifice as it has been about triumph. The narrative deftly captures the tension between the powerful allure of an unyielding public image and the inevitable vulnerability that creeps in when the masks begin to fall away.